So today I want to talk about the new Guinsoo Rageblade and the new mastery. A lot of people are asking me about it, and I did a video previously on it, but I feel the video is already a bit outdated. The too long didn't read is that the new Guinsoo Rageblade is fantastic, and the new rune is okay. Now I'm going to show you guys the new builds and the new runes that I'm using with the new Guinsoo Rageblade. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the Guinsoo Rageblade changes and why it's so much better than the old Guinsoo Rageblade, and whether you should be using Guinsoos with Bloodrazor or with Warrior. So at first I thought Warrior would be quite good, and I still feel that Warrior is cost efficient. However, after playing with Warrior, the attack speed is just really slow for me to get going, so I've personally been picking Bloodrazor. But I think that if you enjoy Warrior, by all means you can go Warrior and the Guinsoos into infinity or whatever you enjoy. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the new rune that came out called Conqueror. Oh god, there's no Conqueror in this. Okay, editor, put Conqueror into this. So we're going to talk about the new rune Conqueror. Conqueror gives you base AD and it converts a percentage of your damage into true damage. It sounds really good at the start, but there's a lot of upsides and there's a lot of downsides to it. I think it's a fun rune, but let's talk a little bit about it. Conqueror has this advantage of making your damage that would normally be mitigated by armor or MR turn into true damage. However, the issue is that the damage that you actually do is, god damn it, somebody's at my door and it just distracted the ever-living hell out of me. Okay, well, I'm sure my editor can pick somewhere off here. I'm giving him work, boys. You fucking earned that bread, bitch. So first of all, let's discuss some of the disadvantages of Conqueror. So Conqueror has this disadvantage where you need to be in combat for like 3 or 4 seconds. It's quite a long time and it's quite hard to do with Master Yi unless you're split pushing. If you're split pushing, it's really easy and it's very powerful, but the higher that you go in elo, the split pushing is much harder. Another disadvantage with Conqueror is that the damage that gets turned into true damage cannot be lifestealed from. However, you can use Gunblade, but please do not use Gunblade unless you're dumb, or fun, or silver. But silver players aren't necessarily dumb. Okay, so the true damage cannot be lifestealed from, and it also converts 20% of your overall damage to true damage, so that's quite a bit of damage that you're not able to lifesteal from. Another disadvantage that you have with this rune is that you're missing out on 80% attack speed from lethal tempo. In exchange, you get 35 AD. 80% attack speed, in my opinion, is way more important than 35 AD. An advantage of Conqueror is that you can do more damage to tanks. Tanks generally mitigate a lot of your damage, and the Conqueror will convert a lot of that into true damage. It is the best against tanks. Conqueror also gives you 35 AD, which is great for making your E do more true damage. However, Conqueror does not convert your E damage into true damage because your E damage is already true damage. So let's go ahead and take a look at my runes that I run with Conqueror. So first we run Conqueror, of course, and then we run in our greater runes, of course, Triumph. Not much has changed. We run Bloodline. I'm really liking Bloodline as a rune lately. I'm pretty much running Bloodline in all of my games. I think it's a really underrated rune, and it does a lot more than the 18% attack speed. In the last rune, I run, of course, Coup de Grace, or Coup de Grace, or Chicken Coop. I run Chicken Coop quite a bit. It's still the best, hands down. Unfortunately, I would love to change it to something else, but unless you have a Kale, it's really not that good. In the secondary tree, I've actually changed my runes up quite a bit. I gave you some options in my previous video, but lately I've been using one set of runes, and I think it'll be really good in most servers because it's working in Korea, and that is Gathering Storm. Gathering Storm is a rune that I've often knocked off because it takes too long to get going, and the games are often decided pre-20 and stuff like that, but I'm finding lately that the game time is actually extending. So I think the Gathering Storm nowadays is going to be a really good rune for you to bring no matter the server. And also we might be seeing some nerfs to it on the PvE, but we might be seeing some nerfs to sudden impact. None of that has been really done or chosen yet, so yeah. For the second rune, I have been running Celerity. Celerity just gives me that extra movement speed that I need. You can run Ultimate Hat, or you can run Transcendence. I personally prefer the Celerity. I think it's better, but to each their own. Switching over to the Lethal Tempo rune page here. The lethal tempo rune page looks a little like this. You go lethal tempo, and then everything's the same. It's really that easy. That's it. Just there's a difference in play style, but the runes are largely the same. Those are the best runes that are on Master Yi. That's Gucci. That's all you gotta know. So much easier than the last video. Can we even get this video to 10 minutes? Editor, you're gonna do some work. You fucking earn that bread, bitch. Next, we're gonna talk about the Guinsoo's Rageblade, why it's so much better, and what kind of nerfs it's gonna get so far, and blah, 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 blah. So the new Guinsoo's Rageblade is 3,000 gold, 25 attack, 25 AP, 25% attack speed. It gives you 4% times 6 AD, which is 24%. It gives you 4% times 6 AP, which is 24% AP. This Guinsoo's Rageblade is fantastic because one of the most important things about it is melee champions now stack it in 4 hits. The percent scaling on Guinsoo's Rageblade is really great because it synergizes really well with Blade of the Rune King, and it synergizes with itself, and it gives you more true damage, and it synergizes with your E. It's really, really good. After you get your Guinsoo's Rageblade and your Bloodrazor, you can build any AD item and you'll do fantastic with it. We also removed some of the AP on it, so it's much, much cheaper. However, on the PBE, it will be 3,300 gold, which means we may be seeing a price increase of about 300 gold. Which is very sad, but you know, that's life. Now finally, let's talk about the builds that we're gonna do. The builds that I like to do in my solo queue games are Bloodrazor into Guinsoo's Rageblade into Blade of the Rune King, situational. That's it. Every game, Bloodrazor, Guinsoo's Rageblade, Blade of the Rune King. I'll put a list of some of my games here that you guys can check out how I've itemized in certain ways. If I'm getting stomped really hard, or if I'm the only tank on the team, after Guinsoo's Rageblade, I will run a tank item instead of Blade of the Rune King. However, you should always build Blade of the Rune King after Bloodrazor. You could also try out to build Warrior, Guinsoo's Rageblade, into crit items. Like you could go Phantom Dancer, or you can go Infinity Edge. The more AD you build, the more strong Guinsoo's Rageblade is. And believe me, this item is so OP that you do not want to not build it. My non-English speakers are going to hate me for saying that. So yes, every game, Guinsoo's Rageblade. No. Cowsep, can I build something else? No, just build Guinsoo's Rageblade. It's super strong right now. You will stomp games. You will thank me. You will get to diamond. You will be like little mini Cowseps. What, Embroda? Damn, 25 bucks. Thanks, bro. You know, I'll take an interruption for 25 bucks. Fuck, why not? Alright, so that's all I have to say about the new Rageblade. Enjoy it while you can. It's gonna get slightly nerfed, but it will still be good. Don't get me wrong. I know you guys are gonna come. You're gonna be like, Cowsep, is the new Rageblade still good? Yes, it will still be good. And it will still be a must purchase on Master Yi. It is a fantastic Rageblade. You should definitely buy it. And you should all be happy. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you can thank my editor because this video was a complete mess. He had a really hard time working with it. In fact, you know what, editor? If we still need to hit 10 minutes, you can put in some bloopers. Sounds good to me. Should I talk kind of like this? Or should I talk like I normally do, like this? Should I talk like this? Or... My editor is definitely held hostage in my basement. That is a for sure. Let me put down my balls so that you guys know I'm getting serious here. I don't know how I talked in the last one because I was using a different microphone. This is my new microphone. Welcome, the blue microphone. This video is brought to you by my blue microphone. Not really, but it sounds kinky. Measures to hopefully make the game time a little bit longer. So
dollar bills at Cowsep.
Son of a bitch, Embrodos! Page I'm running instead of Celerity. God damn it, Embrodos!
Just making sure you got my last donation. Can I get the kappa?
Times... Is it 3%? It's 4%. Wait, no way. Wait, is my life a lie? Guinsoo's Rageblade Wikia. That's because Master Yi can stack it and get himself a nice...
You can try or on hit it because he has huge app steroid. Or if you want tankier option, you can build life region item. It's actually nuts.
What do I do? Okay, you know what? Rematch. Rematch, guys. Rematch. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. Mic muted. Son of a bitch. Okay. Why bother when it's gonna get nerfed? For the YouTube clicks, dumbass. Come on. We gotta get the video out before it gets nerfed.